Talk about so many things that deal with conquering on this podcast, guys. Today's going to be a little bit of a different feel for a podcast. It's just going to feel different. I'm going to explain why. Today, and you're probably wondering why I'm dressed like this. Today, I attended the funeral of one of my good friends, spiritual mentor. I consider him a brother. I consider him a spiritual mentor, a fellow follower of Jesus Christ. His name is Angel Ruiz. And I attended his funeral today. And it was hard. It was hard. Why? Because Angel had so much more life to live. Angel was an incredible person. Someone who you literally could call. And if he didn't pick up, he'd call you back. That's the type of guy he was. He prayed for you. He was there for you. Me and Angel met while I was in a ministry called Young Life. And about 2007 is when he came on as a vice president for the organization. And ever since then, he's been a brother. He's been a confidant. And I didn't know this about Angel, but that he was struggling with alcohol. He was struggling secretly, and the family also was trying to help him. But I never knew Angel to be a drinker. See, this just goes to show there's so many things that we don't know about even our friends, our brothers. Angel, in the last, I'd say, year, him and I picked up our conversations a lot more frequently because we were friends. We were there for each other. And he got vulnerable with me, and I got vulnerable with him. And it was in the course of our conversations that we talked about everything, guys. We talked about marriage. We talked about personal struggles. We talked about Jesus. We talked about God. We talked about family. We talked about future. We talked about his issues and my issues, guys, because that's really the when you define what a true brotherhood is, nothing's off limits. How many surface level friendships do we have in our lives, guys? And with Angel, the thing I'm struggling with right now is that I know my brother. I know that he could have beat this. That's what I'm struggling with right now, guys. Angel Ruiz could have beat this. This wasn't too big for him. I knew that he was a confident guy. I knew that he trusted in the Lord. And that's why a bit of this comes as a shock to me. Listen, when we were at his funeral today in that church, you could just look around and see all the lives that he impacted. I mean, I don't know how many people were in there, but there was a tremendous amount of people who were impacted by Angel's life, by his love for people, by his love for God. I mean, this guy, I'm telling you, was just an incredible, incredible man. But I'm struggling because I don't think it should have ended like this for him. I don't accept that. There were too many more years, I believe, that Angel had. But what I want to focus today's podcast on, guys, is this idea of hope, because I think there was a point in his life, guys, where Angel went hopeless. Even though in the course of our conversations, we'd always pray, we'd always encourage each other. I called him a conqueror. He was conquering these things. I was proud of him. I'm still proud of him. And we would leave with this mentality, this mindset that, we're going to become better men after our conversation. We become better because we sharpen each other up. And when I got the horrible news that he had died, I just couldn't believe it for a couple reasons, guys. A couple reasons. Reason one is I lost a brother in the battle. I lost a confidant, a man who I spent hours with, a man who I spent quality time with, a man who I would speak on the phone with and pray with and talk about struggles and talk about life and talk about all these things. I lost him. That hurts. We were in this battle called life together, and I felt a genuine loss for Angel. And then the second part was knowing the heart of my brother Angel. I'm shocked because, like I said earlier, I know he could have beat this. And it's important that whenever we experience something like this, that we don't play the blame game. It's nobody's fault, guys. We like to play this blame game sometimes, like, oh, I could have been there more for him. I should have done this. I shoulda. We're not going to play the shoulda game, guys. Because every man has a decision. Every person has a decision to make. And this was just a mountain in Angel's life. There were some things that he was choosing to use alcohol to cope with. Guys, we all have something in our life where we want to run to get some quick fix, coping mechanism, pain dealt with, guys. For some it's sex, for some it's alcohol, for you name it. But here's what my concern is because I know it's not just Angel. I know that there are a lot of men out there, and I've been one of them, where you get to a point where you feel hopeless, where it's hard for you to actually fathom the future. It's hard for you to actually consider your life is going to get better. And I think Angel he approached that. There was highs and lows in that. Guys, I want to encourage you to do something. If you're in a low place in your life, I want you to reach out. If you're in a low place in your life, I want you to call somebody. If you're in a low place in your life, I want to tell you right now, you are not hopeless. Jesus Christ gives you hope. Jesus Christ is your hope. I know things right now may not feel like it, guys, but you are going to end up really good out of whatever situation you're going through. It's a promise. If you give your heart and your life to Jesus. See, we believe too many lies from the enemy. And I fear that my brother Angel just started believing some lies. Guys, stop believing lies. I've believed lies before in my life. And that's all they are. They're just lies. So I'm hurting today. I'm hurting because my brother Angel, I know he could have beat this. And you, if you're listening to this podcast and you're struggling with something and you're losing hope, stop being hopeless. I want to encourage you right now, there is hope. Keep going. You have to keep moving forward, guys. You have to keep going. You can't stop. You have to live your God-given potential. Don't let hopelessness take over your mind. It starts right here, guys. Don't start believing the lies of the enemy. I love you, Angel. Angel, your legacy will live on. Your beautiful wife, Andrea, your amazing kids, Joshua and Aaliyah, all the lives that you've impacted. We're going to miss you, Angel. We love you. And here's just a little quick tribute to you. A beautiful memorial service for you, honoring a life that was faithful to Jesus. And I love you, man. And you just made it to heaven a little sooner than all of us. But we're going to see you in heaven again. It's the promise of Scripture. It's the promise of Jesus, of God. But guys, enjoy this little tidbit right here of my brother Angel. I love you, man. God bless you. Guys, thanks for watching.